Diana is also brought back into the feud to try to rekindle some of that magic from SummerSlam 92 at Wembley Stadium. And before we get there, we do a bunch of Brett Undertaker house show matches where Diesel interferes to cost Taker the title every time. And it feels like we're sort of testing the waters for what's to come later. But 2 days before In Your House 5 from Hershey, there's a special showdown at the Corral event in Calgary to honor 50 years since Stu Hart's pro wrestling debut. What do you remember about that show, Bruce? It's kind of interesting because Stu carried so much respect. He had talent from both the WWF and WCW on that program.
Yeah, and from time to time we would do things like that. It was like the Paul Bosch retirement tour, using talent from everywhere, and to honor Stu, we were happy to do it. I wasn't there, but it was apparently a hell of an event.
Brett gives Stu his glasses in his pre-match routine before defeating the Bulldog in a warm-up before their pay-per-view match. And once again, he beats Bulldog at In Your House in a bloodbath, but another great match. And Brett winds up closing the year, defeating Diesel in several cage matches on the post-Christmas house show run. And you got to think this 1995 year, maybe it ended on a high note for Brett, but it felt like that this was one of the more challenging years of his career. And we know as we start 96, we're heading towards him trying to be the guy to make Shawn Michaels. Do you think Brett was, maybe, is this fair to say, a little burned out? Was he frustrated with creative? I mean, if you had,
I don't know, I don't know. I would say probably the best way to describe him rather than burnout is worn out.
there you go.
I think that it became just a challenge every night and a challenge every day to go through the airports and to pack his bag and go on from there. So, uh, yeah, I think burnout, worn out, all of that applies to that point, because let's just think that he wanted to be the top guy.